Welcome to the Sighted Glitch Network's interviews. To the right of me is Matt the Duelist, under me is Alpha Wolf Sean B, and to the under me is Superior Tony Evans. And how are you today?
I'm good. It's a day off on my busy schedule of hustle and bustle. It's nice to finally have a day where I don't have to do anything. So this has been nice.
Great, great. How did you first get into professional wrestling?
Ooh. First getting into it, I mean I've been a fan since I was pretty much born. My earliest memories are watching wrestling with like my dad and my papa when I was little. But getting into it, I was in college for a while and I worked with a guy that did it in kind of like like smaller leagues in Kentucky. And he found out I was a fan and he said, "Hey, do you want to come to the show? I can talk to the promoter and maybe you can get in the ring or something." And just I thought it was just scratch an itch, cool, nothing special. But then I get there and they start teaching me how to do some of the things like the basics, like hitting the ropes, how to take the bumps. Everybody knows inside baseball on that. Um, and then the promoter comes out and he said, "You ever been in a ring before?" I said, "No, I've just been a fan since I can remember." He goes, "You're a fucking liar. You're getting a tryout today." And my jaw hit the floor. I mean, this was, 10 and a half, almost 11 years ago now. So the rest has been history. I never stopped.
Damn. I think I told you this once before. I think you're a for lifer. I
Oh
think
yeah.
you're. I think you're not like. I don't think you're ever gonna like stray away from it because you can just kind of tell.
I always tell people when they ask, I'll do it until I can't physically wipe my ass anymore and 5 years past that. So whenever that happens, if that time comes soon, bad quality of life after that, but I'll do it for 5 after.
Most definitely, and especially because like you train with like veteran wrestlers, so just like do their like how they hurt, like their body hurts from doing this for years. Like just seeing that kind of scare you in the long run, or you're just like whatever.
Not really. I mean, I know of some of the risks these guys have taken. I know what risks I've taken. I know what risks I still take. The ones I do a lot less now, because I mean, I've figured out, oh, this hurts. Let's not do that this time. But I mean, I did just have to take an entire week off of pretty much everything physical besides my, real job because I was having sciatic nerve issues. So, this shit don't tickle. And there's definitely a lot of pain with it. And, I can look at Al and the way he moves and walks around and has to turn his body instead of turning his head. And I know that's ahead of me, but I'm getting a little bit of the stiffness and tightness in the neck. But I mean, for the most part, like we do this because we love it. So we've all got to be a special kind of stupid to do it. And I don't think that stupid's going away anytime soon.
That says a lot considering you're training under Al Snow, who like was hardcore champion at one point. He took a lot of fucking pain. Real
Yeah,
shit.
I'll give the credit where it's due. I didn't train here at OVW. I like to tell people that I was polished here. But I trained at WWA World Wrestling Alliance based out of like Central Kentucky. So the Waddell brothers, those guys, they broke me in, but about 5 or so years in, I came up here, and then the rest has just been history.
Cool, cool. And I meant like, you know, um, Jake Lawless did post that Al offers training on like Wednesdays. So that's why I said you trained under him. So he took
Yep.
like a lot of shit back in the 90s. So I could only imagine his pain level now.
Oh,
Like,
I imagine it's up there. He tells me about some of it, but I just try to listen to anything and everything he says. If we're at training or if we're just bullshitting around somewhere, waiting for a show to start or whatever, I try to pick his brain as much as I can.
Cool, cool. Moving on. What would be the best piece of, of advice given to you ever in wrestling?
Uh, it's one that I give to everyone else that comes after me in some way, shape, or form. It's pretty simple. It's ears open, mouth shut. Because if you're not listening and if you're just talking, you're not going to hear and you're not going to learn. If you've always got a response to everything besides yes sir, yes ma'am, in wrestling, then you're not showing that respect to the people that know more than you, and you're not giving yourself a chance to learn. I always say my favorite thing is being wrong, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to learn something. I can't grow if I'm always right. So I love being proved wrong, especially when it comes to wrestling, because I'll basically regurgitate all the shit that Al says to me. Al, or like Doug when he was here. I just repeat that stuff. But that's not everything that they say is one size fits all. So those things kind of happen sometimes, but for the most part, I'm just going through and listening to what everyone has to say, and I'm not combating all of it unless it's just blatantly wrong. So ears open, mouth shut.
Actually, I could probably use that one too. What's the hardest lesson that wrestling has taught you so far?
There's been a lot. This lifestyle. I mean, this is nothing like it was 30 years ago, and even past that. When like we hear Al telling stories all the time about what it was like when he was training, when he was coming up. But even now, like there are struggles that are involved. But the main thing that it's taught me that was kind of a hard pill to swallow is don't depend on anyone to show up for you but yourself. Starting out, like all my friends and some of my family, they were really supportive. They're like, "Oh yeah, I see that you're doing all this. This is great." And I'm like, you know, thanks for watching or the support. Come to a show sometime. And oh yeah, we will. So you can't build up your hopes just to have people let them down just because. That's kind of like sad and morbid a little bit, but you can't depend on anyone but yourself. Nobody's going to do it but you. So I mean that kind of goes into a few different facets on that, but that's the main message.
Right. Yeah, I feel like supporting, like when you have family and or friends who they congratulate you, but then and they say they support you, but they never see a show, they never like a post, they never reshare, they never comment on shit. So it's like, hmm, it's just you. At the end of the day, I feel that.
I mean, some of them do, and it's like everybody else has their own life shit going on, and I've got my life stuff outside of wrestling going on, and it's just you can't make time for everybody and everything. At the end of the day, yourself has to come first, yourself or your immediate family if you have that, or whatever. So I don't hold it against people that I know that I'm like, hey, come out to a show when they don't come, but like you know 9-10 years ago it would hurt my feelings because oh yeah, we're gonna come to one, nobody shows up. Okay, but now it's like, hey, if you can make it, great. If you can't,
Oh well.
I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like in certain areas of life, I just stopped caring. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
That's a
hey,
lesson I need to do.
like I came into this world alone, and I'm leaving alone too. So fuck it. Question 4, and this one might be a little hard for you, but if you need help, tag me in. How would you describe your character to someone who's never seen you wrestle before?
I have my answer, but since you offered, Go ahead, give me what you got first.
I don't got nothing. I just
Oh
said if
no,
you
you
needed
said
help.
if you need
I
help,
said
tag
if you
me
need,
in.
but you said you have your answer, so you don't need my help.
I do, but
No, you
you
don't. No, you
made the
don't.
mistake of saying you had one. So
Man, I
go
gotta
ahead.
learn.
You
You
did,
see,
Meeks.
you
You
see now.
did.
This is where we're going back to. I gotta learn to shut the fuck up.
Well,
Anyways, you're a douchebag on TV. You're very mean. Like you start fights with. Well, you haven't started a fight with Tommy Boy. I haven't seen that yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, whatever.
Give it time. Give it time.
You see,
But the
he's
biggest fan in the yard, you know.
uh, uh, I mean, I think you're pretty great. You got some good heel work. I mean, I don't believe you're evil in real life, but on TV, you're damn near fucking evil, dude. Like, but it works. It works. You get whether you get boos or you get cheers, no matter what, you're always getting a reaction.
I
I'll
would
take that.
say you to describe you tell people to shut the fuck up and listen to what I gotta say.
Yeah, like you hear me like every week as a guy on screen and stuff, just as a character myself that I like to portray here. I'm always like, oh, Tony's such a dick in that ring. You know, he's like, you know what I mean? Obviously, like you're not in person, but like your character is so good that you're like, oh, he's a dick, dude.
I'll take
Yeah,
all that.
most
They're all compliments. So when I'm introduced in the ring, what do they say before Tony Evans?
superior.
Gosh.
Superior. Yeah.
Superior. That's who I am. That means I'm head and shoulders better than all the rest. It means I'm going to come out there and I'm going to do exactly what I say I'm going to do. And it means that there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. That's me on screen.
And that's fucking valid.
So, real quick, with your character and obviously being in a faction, is it wildly different than being like on your own, your character work and stuff?
Not completely. I leave space for them. When we're out there, you've seen how sometimes Tommy Boy gets some mic time. Larkin has started speaking a little bit when I'm out there. So it trickles in. Everybody has their own role that they play in this family, in this faction. Um, but like when I'm out there solo, I'm doing my thing. When I'm out there and they're with me, I'm doing my thing, but I know I've got them out there.
Right.
So that's the mindset behind it. So if there's strength in numbers, and if I've got them out there, I'm the most confident person in the world. If I'm out there alone, I am still the most confident person in the world, but all I got's me.
Yeah, I always say that. Well, when these guys be shitting on you, of course, I always say like he's like the fucking bloodline. Like the bloodline. If you don't got the numbers, you're not gonna get anywhere with Superior because they're gonna fuck you up, dude. Like it's just not. It's not possible. Like what is the biggest goal you still want to accomplish in wrestling?
I'd like to be able to do it for a living. I'd like to be able to only wrestle, only live off of bookings, whether that's on an independent level, whether that's on TV, whether that's whatever that looks like, merch, all that. I would love for wrestling. I would love to not have to work to support my wrestling habit. I would love to have to just wrestle and that's it. Um, but I mean, as far as goals, like everybody can say that, oh, I want this championship, that championship, I want whatever. I have and have had all that. I don't need that. I want to see this at the end have the payoff that 8-year-old me wanted to see. I want to, when I fell in love with wrestling, I want to be the person that me when I was a kid fell in love with watching. So that I want to do this only.
So what you're saying is you want to make a super career of it and inspire other kids to get inspired to go to wrestling like you did.
Well, if that's a trickle down effect, sure. But at the end of the day, you're only there for yourself. Like you're the only one that can show up for you every single time. So I'd like to do this for me to show that, the last 10 and a half years hasn't been for nothing.
Well, it's definitely not because you do great in the ring. I think you have some of the best promo skills in the fucking business, and I watch a lot of wrestling, so that says a lot.
We've been saying, like, we actually been praising that the best thing on OVW lately, the show's great, but the best thing on the OVW lately is the storyline of the Superior Family. Like, it's the most, like,
It's the most consistent storyline, and
eye-capturing.
it's never boring. It's almost like you can put it up in the ranks with Bloodline because the Bloodline storylines are never boring.
It makes you tune in next week of what's going to happen next, especially that what happened on Thursday with you getting caked. Oh, what's going to happen now with him being caked and Tommy lost? What's going to happen between the Superior Family?
Well, yeah, I didn't. Well, yeah, I didn't need to see him with white stuff on his face, but okay. Anyways, next question: where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I'd like to be a few steps closer to that goal. I would like to be. I mean that one's subjective. I would like to be doing this to support myself, but I still want to be on the way up. I mean, hell, in 5 years I'll be 37. So I know that there is a window for making it in this. And I know that window, the general window, is getting more and more narrow. So, in 5 years, I want to be in my stride. I want to be on network television or whatever that looks like in 5 years, whether that's a stream work or a streaming thing or whatever. Like, I want to be on that consistently week after week.
Dope. If you had to pick 5 people to make a team of 6 from the OVW locker room to survive with you in the zombie apocalypse, who would it be and why?
Well, for the zombie apocalypse, number one, I think you have to lead. I think you have to lead with Crixus because that's a wild card that you can point in a direction, wind them up, send them. They're gone. So that would be my berserker. Al, do you know how many zombie movies he's been in? And this man like reads and watches all the zombie lore, so he knows. So definitely Al. You got to have somebody to sacrifice in case they get too close. So sorry, Steven. Steven Steele, you're gonna make a meal there.
69.
But that's 169 pounds of comedic relief in that situation until we need them gone. 2 more. I'm gonna say, just because he's been my biggest competitor out there, so I know that if we were in a hypothetical situation on the same side, I gotta have Cal. Man, I think I just need a team of 5 because I don't fucking like anybody. I don't like people. So the less people around,
Valid, because then you got to deal with all their attitudes, and
that's mouths to feed. That's I don't want to do that.
Especially in the zombie apocalypse when you're trying to survive. No shade, but I would not want to sacrifice somebody and eat somebody else. So yeah, I think Steven Steele would probably be the biggest one that you turn to eat and turn into cannibals. So yeah, he could be sacrificed. I almost thought
Yeah,
he
he
was.
goes to the zombies. But if I have to do a fifth, it's Tommy Boy because he can build shit outside of wrestling. So there's my 5.
You mean he could build
Grixis,
shit on?
Al, Steven Steele, Cal, Tommy Boy.
You mean he could build shit in Fortnite, or he can actually build shit?
He can actually build shit.
Okay.
I don't know about his Fortnite skills. I haven't seen him.
Rapid fire questions. They're like quick. So, ready? Face or heel?
Heel all day.
That was favorite finisher.
Stunner.
Favorite wrestling gear you've worn.
I'm gonna say my new trunks that I've gotten with the Hush logo up on the hip.
Favorite cheat meal.
Oh, I'm gonna say just the fattest bowl of macaroni and cheese, Velveeta shells, specifically.
Ooh.
Coffee or energy drink.
White Monster, all day only.
Hell
Early
yeah.
bird or night owl.
Night owl. If you wake me up before 9 a.m. when I'm not supposed to be, it's your head.
Cats or dogs.
I have to say cats. I like both, but with me being gone a lot, I can't. I don't have to take. I don't have to take Merlin out to go piss. I don't have to go outside when it rains because he's got to go to the bathroom.
Facts.
So-
Cats are very self-sufficient.
They're so much easier. I love a dog. Trust me, I had both growing up, but yeah, that furry pain in my ass wherever he is, he takes the cake.
Okay. Favorite video game.
I'm gonna say the whole GTA franchise, just because there's endless possibilities with it, and I'm excited for the new one to come out. But I also like the Insomniac Marvel series that they're doing with like the Spider-Man stuff. And I've already pre-ordered Wolverine, so if that's not good, I'm just jumping off this balcony.
Last song you listened to.
For Whom the Bell Tolls, Metallica.
Sweet. One word to describe yourself.
Superior.
You see, these hit questions suck because they're supposed
Keep
to be.
them going. Go down the whole list. I got time.
That was the whole list. Jesus. Anybody?
Well,
got-
I do appreciate that y'all were putting the stuff that my group does over on the show, but I'll be the top champion here and put the rest of the show over. Don't sleep on the stuff that they're doing week after week, whether it's big or small. In other divisions, the tag stuff is going well with the Only Bros right now. They're coming a long way. They're learning. That heavyweight title picture, if we can get it off of that piece of shit De Niro, looks like Dustin wants it again. So he, well, let's hope Dustin Jackson can redeem it because De Niro's not doing it any favors right now. Even keep your eye on the Rush division. Like a lot of those guys, super athletic, super talented. They're learning. And then of course media with Drew, absolutely. Keep an eye out for his matches. They've been good. They've been great. Even the stuff that Steven and Cal have been doing lately. I know they're going a different direction right now. I think they just finished up, but go back and forth. There was no misses. Cal hasn't missed in months. So I support the rest of the show. The other groups that are there, whatever the Jakes are calling themselves now, the stuff they've been doing is pretty good. I'm not going to name everyone individually on the roster, but there's a lot of guys, even in the division for the U.S. title. There's a lot of guys that are heavy hitters up there. The new stuff we're doing with former Star Rider Austin Riker, he's getting good reactions. Even some of the guys we haven't seen in a little bit, you know, your Jack Vaughns, your Donovan Cecils, even though those guys aren't currently, you know, being used in the locker room or anything, like keep an eye on those. Just keep an eye out for everybody, and you know, enjoy everything as a fan. Don't try to critique. That's my biggest pet peeve, because you know, 12 times out of 10, not you all specifically, but you all in general as fans, you have no clue what you're talking about. So just be a fan. And I'll leave with that one.
I swear to God, I said that in a video. Yeah, facts. Well, yeah. I guess that was our interview. That shit went quick. Damn. Okay, yeah. And my name is Mix Mayhem, and that's Tony Evans, that's Matt, and that's Sean. We're out.